Hey, this is Dave McElroy. I've got some startling information for the entrepreneurs in the crowd. Let me tell you this. According to Bloomberg, 80% of you will have your business fail in the first 18 months. It's a pretty shocking number considering the excitement that you have when you get started. 80%. I'll give you another fact that can be frightening. That 96% will be out of business within 10 years. So the odds are stacked against you. How would you like to turn that around? How would you like to know what it is you need to do to pay attention ahead of time so that doesn't happen to you? Don't become a statistic. So the 5 leading causes of business failure are: 1, coming up with an idea and not talking to your buyer, your crowd, your fans. Just because you have a great idea doesn't mean anybody else cares about the product or the service that will come from that. It's very common for an entrepreneur, ego-driven as they are. It's a double-edged sword. That same driven ego that allows you to move forward where others will not can have you move forward absent correct information. So you have to do some checking on market statistics. You do some interviewing. You find out what buyers are looking for in your niche. And you determine whether or not you can deliver what they need so that you have a viable product. Number 2 is, even once you find there is a niche for that product that you're going to develop and create and release, or service, there is a need to make sure that you can have a unique selling proposition. You've got to make sure that you can rise above the crowd. There's a lot of competition out there, and it's growing increasingly every day, online and off. So you have to make sure you have a unique selling proposition, something that will resonate with your niche, with your audience, with your crowd, and compel them to look at you, hear your message, feel what it is you can do for them, and set you above the competition. Well, if you've got that, then the next challenge that causes failure is an inability to articulate that message succinctly, sharply, and to the point. You have to get the consumer's attention. You have to cut through all the noise that's out there so that they'll notice you, and then deliver your unique selling proposition so that they'll want to do business with you. So you have to be able to deliver in a clear marketing message. You have to understand what words to use, where to place that message, what pictures to use, and then you have to have a sales funnel that speaks to your buyer so that they will do business with you. Well, that brings us up to the 4th of the 5 causes to drive an entrepreneur out of business. And this one's going to be a little hard on the ego of the entrepreneurs in the audience. It's you. It's your lack of capability to have enough personal development so that you can be the right kind of leader to guide a company onto the heights of success. That means that you have learned how to manage anger, you have empathy, you understand how to communicate with both the people that work with you and for you, as well as your customers. So that's why, over history, you'll notice that people that have achieved great heights were avid readers. They were always studying. They were always learning. They had mentors. They had coaches. Even the highest quality professional athletes, actors, musicians have coaches and teachers to continue to bring them to the heights of capability. So if you want to be successful, if you want to be an entrepreneur that stays in business and doesn't fail in the first 18 months or struggles and gets along and is died on the vine in the first 10 years, well, then it's up to you. It's up to you to grow. It's up to you to seek out mentors, trainers, be a learner, grow personally, rise to the highest you can be, and get the success you deserve rather than going out of business. That takes us up to 5, another big one. Each one of these 5 elements are a must to be dealt with if you want to not fall prey to the statistics of failure. And that is a clear business plan, understanding your margins, knowing the period of time it takes to turn your cash over. You know, if you're dealing with a small margin product, here's the problem. With the expense of marketing and advertising, it can cost you more to put one sale on the book than you make on that sale. That means you have to count on making up on the back end for subsequent sales and repeat sales in order for that customer to be profit. So yes, I understand a customer has a value for life, and if you understand that, that's wonderful. But if you're not around and alive to get the value of that customer for life, it doesn't really matter. So you need a good business plan. You need to understand your margins. You need to understand the period of time it takes to bring cash into your business so you're not gone in that statistic of the 18 months or just bumble along and struggle for a decade. Imagine that. Imagine struggling for a decade, at the end of which, after getting a poor income and being stressed out for 10 years, you finally go out of business. This is David McElroy for Income Alternatives. Welcome an opportunity to help you not only survive, but take your business to the next level. Drop us a line at info@incomealternatives.org and put in the subject box free advice, and we'd be glad to hook up with you. We'll chat. We'll find out what it is you want to accomplish. We'll give you a sense of who we are, and I guarantee you one thing. By the end of us chatting, you'll have a clearer idea of what you should do next. It'll cost you absolutely nothing. There is no obligation, and we part as friends. Maybe it looks like at the end of that we should go further. We should work together. Well, we have some ideas if indeed you are a match. So this is David McElroy for Income Alternatives saying, see you on the top. I wish you all the success.